Okay, hi guys. I'm Romel. Welcome to this very special masterclass that we've got. We're gonna begin with something very quirky, very interesting. Um, to give you a little backdrop to what happens is that so I and Vipasha here, this is a friend of mine. Okay, the two of us, we run something very interesting called the listening sessions. And what we do is we curate music videos. Okay, this usually happens once a month, and you guys can check it up. Facebook, it's very simple. Facebook/ the listening sessions, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to kind of generate some sort of interest, a sort of a buzz around. Um, well, to begin with, the music video side of things. But of course, in terms of where that comes from, of course, is the whole indie scene as far as music is concerned. And we're very, very proud today because the indie scene's looking up big time. And we've got a band here that's perhaps seeded because of how the indie scene has been flowering over these last couple of years. Um, as far as the traditionally what happens with music in India is that there are very small pockets where independent artists are allowed to thrive. Um, and unfortunately, that sort of died out in Bombay ever since Bollywood went big time, and artists would come to Bombay to die, uh, either get into mainstream Bollywood or try and sing at some events and shit like that. Thankfully now, because of the internet, they have an instant connect to people who are out there and wanting to listen to interesting sounds. So I think without further ado, let me call the band. This is the quirkily titled Nukija, and a big round of applause for them, guys. Okay.
So, guys, we are called the Nukija, and that's Joel on the rhythm and vocals, the main vocals. I am, that's Arifa on drums and vocals, and I am Ralph on bass and vocals.
And vocals.
So, so basically, band name Nukija has a very subliminal meaning to it. If you all want
Like
to
most
Google
of the
it,
songs.
like most of the songs. And if you all want to check it out, like what exactly Nuki means, you all can Google it and check it out after the session. So yeah, have fun. We hope you have fun. And yeah, this is Nukija.
The first song that we are planning to play for you guys is an original, and it kind of shows you why we are called Nukija. There's a lot of subtext to these songs, and let's see, yeah, we kind of just put this together couple of last month.
Last month.
So yeah, this is our second show. So yeah, thanks. I hope you guys like the song, and we are also on SoundCloud and Facebook. Look us up. This one's called Booty Call. still come and go as I please. I still come and go as I please. Cause up to wine, what humor is to a woman. You might not see what the point is, but it sure also gets the job done. Down on your knees, boy. So booty calling again, all the way to Brighton, Brighton, Brighton town. Cause when all is said and done, baby, the world is my little blackbird song. The world is my little blackbird song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoo-be-da, ra-ba-ba-doo-da, shoo-be-da, ra-ba-ba-doo-da, shoo-be-da, ra-ba-ba-doo-da-doo-ba. Shoo-be-da, ra-ba-ba-doo-da, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-da, shoo-be-da, ra-ba-ba-doo-da-doo-ba. Thank you.
So yeah, that was booty calling. Very
It
subliminal.
had nothing to do with real life incidents. Nothing.
Lies,
but-
lies,
Yeah.
lies.
All lies, all lies.
Okay.
What? Okay. The next song is about an edible product. Before you get ideas, so basically, sometimes people smoke up and get hungry, and there's this little brown spread which you can have on the bread, Nutella, and we're huge fans of it as a band. And here's our ode to Nutella. The song's called Nutella. Well, I got Max marching in through my pants. Think they're looking for my berry. It's 3 a.m. Stars are moving again. Kangaroo kid is hungry. Well, up in the rap, it's no surprise. She's looking so pretty. How to go, is that a friend or foe? It's so on a donkey. Oh, my on a donkey. You tell her she's got 530k counts of energy. At last she only raising that 350 G. She makes me feel lonely. Red set the ring of roses me a bucket full of poison. Then shoot it to a sweet surrender, baby. She'll make the team nice and easy. Well, up in the rock, it's no surprise. She's looking so pretty. How to goes that friend or foe? It's so one kind of donkey. Oh, my kind of donkey. pa ra pam pa da nika ho ho shuba pa da ra pam pa da nika ho shuba pa da ra pam pa da nika ho 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 ho. Thank you.
So yeah, actually the name of the song was You Tell Her, but it has you know, it goes with you tell her, you tell her. Get it? No? Okay. So yeah, the next song which we'll be playing is a cover, a very popular hip hop song of the
Yeah, it's actually
It's an
old,
old.
yeah, 90s
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
by a white rapper other than Eminem
And Macklemore.
and Macklemore. 90s.
So yeah.
But yeah, if you guys can guess it, well, good for you. But yeah, sing along if you know the words. Also, this is a last song. Police come and they blow down my door. When I'm come through my window, where they put me in the back of the station. From that point I reach my destination. The destination reached down East Detention, where they diamond times to look up me butter. You know, so that means I ain't gonna play. Lick it boom boom down. The deck the body saying that I'm always having someone down the lane. Lick it boom boom down. Farmer, you know, so that means I ain't gonna play. Lick it boom boom down. The deck the body saying that I'm always having someone down the lane. Lick it boom 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 down. Hey, yeah.
Met this girl late last year. She said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I was never looking for another mistake. Call an old friend thinking that the trouble would wait. Then I dropped right in a week later return. I reckon she was only looking for the lover to burn. I gave her my time for 2 or 3 nights. Then I threw it on phone till the moment was right. I've been away for months until I paths crossed again. I told her I was never looking for a friend. Maybe we could swing by my room around 10. Baby, bring the lemon and a bottle of gin. Baby, in between the sheets till the late a.m. Baby, if you wanted me, then you should've just said she's singing. I love the love.
Listen to me, well, listen to me now. 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 Listen to me now.
I know, 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 I know. Don't mess with my love. That heart is so cold. I know that they have nothing left. Don't mess with my love. That heart is so cold.
Thank you so much. Thank you, listening sessions. Thank you, Romel, Vipasha. I hope you guys enjoyed the session.
And we are called Nokija.
Find us on Facebook and SoundCloud.
N-O-O-K-I-E-J-A-R. Just putting it out there.
So subtle.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. This is a laptop. Hello?
Check. Also, we forgot to add, we're playing a proper longer set on Tuesday at Blue Frog. It's part of the last set series, so please come by. Thanks.
So another round for Nukija, please, guys. Everyone. I hope you guys enjoy the music. So we're gonna begin with sessions. I've got Barkha Swaroop Saxena with me. She is also an artist. She does a lot of playback. She is also working on a very experimental project called Luzinova and Barkha. They had performed at the last listening session that we've had. So yeah, a big hand for Barkha, please, everyone, guys. Yeah. So as you guys know, this session's particularly looking at zero budget music videos, and I think what we will begin with is just clearing out one critical fallacy behind the entire idea of what zero budget is that there is nothing called a zero budget music. Okay. Saying that, what we will begin with is the first video. This is a video that Barkha's done herself. Let's have a look at it, and then once we finish, you guys can have questions in terms of how, what, why, based on that. And both Barkha and I will feel answers, yeah? All right?
Do I this from the
I think,
screen?
yeah.
You will do it?
Consider me when again you are single. Oh, sorry. I want to drive by. You kiss her in the car and hold her so tight.
Yeah, so guys, any questions? Anything that you guys want to check with Barkha with about that particular video?
I see
Nothing.
a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you what all I have in my mind. We made this video in 2013, and a friend needed a track in a scene in a film called Ola Venki. It's available on YouTube. And I had this song. I had not recorded it then, but then I had it in my head, so we recorded it. And most of it was recorded at home on my laptop with a small M-Box Mini, and we took the guitar on rent and stuff. So, the arrangement was done, the music arrangement was done by a good friend, Gautam Keswani. And once the song was made, then a dear friend heard it and liked it so much that he suggested, let's make a music video. And which singer would not love that? So I was very excited, and we decided to make a music video. Now, we didn't have the money because none of us had money, because no one ever has money. So we decided to crowdfund it. So Vasundhara was another singer who had done this earlier. So we had an example before us. So we made a pitch video, put it up on Wishberry, if you've heard of the website. And the target was to raise 1 lakh rupees in 13 days. And we did it. We raised 1,19,000. And this was a success story which was shared on Wishberry. It's still on Wishberry. You can go and check. And we had to release the song, the video, along with the film release on YouTube. And we did that. So everything happened just in time. And it started with a zero budget thing because, as I told you, we didn't have the money. But then I put in a lakh of my savings. So I had like 6-7 months before we started the shoot. And every month I would set aside some money for the shoot. So the shoot happened in 2013 in December. And I had 1 lakh rupees with me to give them. And the set that you saw, most of the indoors, was my music director, the director of the video's house. So the beginning shots that you saw with the bus cut out and the boxing ring, so this is one room in his house. And everything that you saw was hand-painted, handmade, and it took us 1.5 months to make it. So since we did not have the budgets to get everything made from outside, we had to put in a lot of effort in doing that. The corridor where I walk in with the bottle, you see, if you remember seeing these cutouts on the walls, those are hand-cut paper, chart paper cutouts of trees, which were fixed with double-sided tapes, and there were the yellow bulbs that were put behind them. And these people in the masks that you saw are all my friends. Everybody in the video is a friend who just agreed to be a part of it because they are friends and for the love of music. And the masks that those black boys and girls were wearing, again, are all handmade, hand-painted. And the director of the film, the art director, all my friends, we would all sit together every day and, put one tissue over the other on a mold to make those masks. And the dresses that you saw, most of them were bought from Lokhandwala, the cheapest of dresses that were available. And whatever was not was offered by friends to stitch and give to us. So we had to just pay for the fabric, and the designers, they did not take money from us for the tailoring and everything. So yes, some money went into making it, but it was way less than what a lot of people spend. And it's every singer's dream to see a music video, And if there are any singers, or even guitarists, and everybody wants to be a part of a music video. And this was a great opportunity for me. And it did not happen from outside somewhere. Nobody who did not know me contacted me. It was friends. We did it for friends out of love. And it all worked out. And this video played on MTV Indies for a year. I had a contract with them for a year of playing the video. 9XO played it for a year. And I didn't know about this, but I got a call from a friend at like 3 a.m. that your video is playing on VH1. So I didn't know that it went on VH1, but it did. So, so that was the journey. And with my friend Darshan, who's also known as Bluesanova, we are working on electronic music. So we are collaborating to do Hindi and English songs on electronic music, which is very exciting. And yeah, so maybe next time we come with our small little gig here. Yeah. So if you have any questions, if you would like to know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So all we did was go through the website. So they have a very nicely explained system, process. You log into the account and they direct you as to how to apply and what would be their commission. Of course, they have a commission. And what all needs to be done to be able to generate those kind of funds. Vasundhara generated 5 lakh rupees. My target was 1 lakh, so I didn't think that big. But then it was very convenient and very easy at the same time. So if you are interested in it, just go through the steps that are on the website. It's very easy. But I did need clippings of the video that was shot, because we had already shot the video by then and we needed funds for post-production. So, so we put a lot of clips together. We made a pitch video. So the pitch video had to be very exciting and not very sad and mujhe paise de do bahut zarurat hai, not that kind of stuff. It had to be very exciting. And the key was to target your closest of friends and your family. And for 13 days, every day, right from morning till late at night, I would be sending, requests on Facebook. Please go to Wishberry. This is the link. Please, we need funds for post-production. And I promise it's going to be an amazing song. So I had to do all of that. And I did. And it was the first time I did. And in fact, I'm glad you asked this, because when it was suggested to me by my friend, I was not too keen, because I come from a family where you don't ask for money from outside, So it was like, what do I say? Hamari izzat ka sawal. So my dad, I knew my dad would get upset, and he was really upset. And if he's watching this right now, oh my God, what's going to happen? I don't know. Sorry, Papa, Mommy. So, yeah, so my dad was very upset about this, but he gave. And it took him like 4 or 5 days to understand what was going on. And my closest of friends, and it was so amazing that there were friends from school whom I never spoke with. They gave me the money, sitting in Germany, sitting in some other country, and that was so amazing. So it brought me closer to my friends that I had forgotten of. But everybody supported, and I had to be at it every day. So yeah, log on to Wishberry and you'll know the entire process.
Anyone else?
Most of it was the camera, the lenses, hiring of lights, equipment every day. It was a 5-day shoot. So every day there was a lot of expenditure. And yeah, so most of the money went in that. And post-production, the machine, the editing, the editor. So yeah, that.
So anyway, just to give, myself some clarity, I just want to figure out, so how many of you are studying here at TSM? Okay, fair enough. And all of you guys are aspiring artists? Yeah? Cool. So, so great. What you should also take away from Barkha is that as an artist, I don't come from an artist background. I come from the visual creative side. But in terms of gaining any insight into what we are going to do with the entire session, from the artist perspective, please feel free. This is what the whole format of what we do with the listening sessions is, to encourage discussion, is to encourage debate, is to get people talking about music videos. So definitely as artists, you've got someone here who's been through the entire rigmarole.
Grind.
Yeah.
Yes.
So please feel free. Just because we're holding mics, don't keep that against us. So cool. Now, the reason that we were also asked to kind of present to you guys is a critical question, which is why music videos? Anyone? Why music videos? Anyone? Why would you do a music video? Films are lower budget. Okay, fair enough. Anyone else?
Like it's more expressive, I guess.
Sorry?
It's more expressive. Like you got video and audio, both of them. So
Okay, it's more expressive. All right, cool. Any idea? So, which was like the earliest music video that you guys have ever seen? What do you remember? Anyone? What's like the one crazy music video you watched as a kid and you realize that, shit, this is what the format is all about. This is what a music video is. Sorry? Smells like Teen Spirit. Oh, amazing. Very cool. So yeah, the 80s and the 90s were practically boom time, where we had something like a MTV come to the fore, and we had music videos and stuff around. Of course, they are on their own trip nowadays. So while we still have an MTV, now it's become a big question mark because no one knows what that M stands for. So yeah, what happens over the last, I would say, a decade or so is that that space has been taken away. There is not really any platform where an artist could express themselves visually. MTV primarily was that platform for a very long time. And suddenly, a lot of artists who came from a space of just music could reach out to an audience that sat in front of an idiot box and say, hey, this is us, this is the music that we do. If you like it, great, but here's your chance. That disappeared, of course. What has kind of given music a new lease of life is again another visual format, which is primarily YouTube. Okay, so as artists trying to explore, trying to come out from where your training is all about, and now moving on to the real life in terms of your professional career, I think what you should understand critically is that now ever more so, it is very important that you market yourself well. And when we talk about marketing right now, it involves a lot in terms of social media. And everyone's very keen, the first thing that you do when you set up a band with your friends is like, hey, let's set up a Facebook page. That's the first thing that you do. Then you're like, shit, we've got gigs. Now what? Someone takes photographs. What do we do? Okay, Instagram. Okay, cool. So Instagram sorted. Very few artists understand the kind of leverage a music video on YouTube gives you. Okay, and what we're trying to establish here is the fact that it doesn't take too much for you to be out there on that platform. Okay, we've seen something as exciting as what Barkha did with her production. It's something that as an artist, your first question would be, how do I do that? But it's simple. The main concept that you need to understand is that you have three things with you at all given points of time. It's either money, it's time, or it's energy. If you've got to compromise on one, in most cases with everyone here, it will be money. Then the other two are what you have to explore. Time and energy. Okay? In time, it's basically a lot of things that you can explore. Time with your friends. Spend a little more time with your friends. Okay? Get them excited about your idea. Get them on board and then give them the time to help you with something. Or if you're approaching a professional, if you can't compensate him with money, then you compensate him with time. Say, I don't need this yesterday. Or he's gonna, give you the very clear signal of. So yeah. Apart from that, energy. This is your baby at the end of the day. And if you are not behind it in terms of pushing it, okay, there's no one else who will do it for you. So you've got to be driving this in terms of your energy. Your energy has to be 400% into something like this. Okay? If you are not convinced, if you are not driven, if you are not willing to go the extra mile, people who are looking up to you in terms of your network, in terms of your friends, to help you with a project like this, okay, will also kind of disappear. Okay, so these few things. Now, I'm going to stop boring you. We'll move on to the next video. This is another indie band here in India. They've got something very interesting. And let's have a look at it and we'll talk about it in a bit. Yeah.
Residential mall. Smoked my first cigarette and then I smoked them all. I heard someone speak speaking, it was Latin or in French. Then I stopped hearing, cause I recognized that stench. So I ran for my life. So I ran for my life. So I ran for my life. So I ran, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Questions, guys? Nothing. Everyone's completely convinced. Yeah. I wouldn't really know what the budget is, but it's not likely to be very high. In terms of the visual creative side, let me kind of break this down. Very simple. They had one setup that would probably be where the band's anyway is practicing, right? So you have that setup. They've got a projector in, this light projecting cool shit that happens all the time. So that's one setup, and the other setup somewhere locally. I mean, if you guys don't recognize it, that's Yari Road. Okay, Aram Nagar basically, so few friends, one outside location, natural light, so you don't need anything apart from your camera. And I'm not this is not dissing any of the hard work that's probably gone into it, okay, because we will come to that in terms of the hard work. What I'm breaking down is very simply what you would do visually to kind of make it a little more interesting to look at. So they've got basically two locations. One is an interior location. They've got a projector for light, shot that. And one is an outdoor location. And they've obviously got friends, non-actors that you can see. But yeah. Beyond that, what does it take to create something like that? Okay. Now again, we come back to our same point. If you don't have the money, then it's time and energy. And practically, the one quick way to save money on a shoot is to prepare. Okay, prepare. Make sure you got everything sorted, everything clearly outlined. You know what's happening. If you've got costumes, sort that out. Make sure no one's putting on weight until you shoot, things like that. Make sure if you're doing a multi-day shoot, someone doesn't land up with a haircut the next day, things like that. But it's these very basic things that you do to compensate for the fact that you don't have money. Okay, it's very simple. And again, like you saw with the people in the video, it's usually the band or it's friends of the band, and that's one of the best things to do when you don't really have the money to execute something, is call in friends. And on that cue, I should also say that that's also how the listening sessions was set up. It was a band of friends, so people who would come to my place and we would be watching music videos, some interesting stuff, and that's how we kind of got excited about the idea and started taking the curation to another level. But again, the whole idea of the listening sessions came together with friends. It would be friends attending. The band, for example, friends, amazing Nukijar, of course, that you've heard. I've got Vipasha, a friend of mine, who's again partnering with me. I have friends like Barkha who come in, help me curate, help me talk about things. We've got the amazing Rachel who's taking stills for us. We've got Buddha here who's also helping her. So yeah, so that's all it does. It means that you bring in friends, but where you can add value is also ensuring that your friends shine, because it's not about you. If someone's helping you, you've got to be clear about a few things: values, and how is it that you're paying them back. If you can't in terms of monetary, then you have to ensure that they have the ability to also shine along with you, because that's what it's all about. It's not you going to the top. It's a music video. It's about your music, and if people are excited and if you're genuine about it, they will want to help you. All right. So now what we saw was this one very cool concept where these guys were shooting in obviously their practice room. They had a projector on. The other shots were, of course, shots where they were shot in natural light, so no need of light. Now, another way to work around the fact that you don't have a budget is very simply take the band to an interesting location, okay, and just shoot them. I'm going to show you like another video. This is a Brazilian band, and yeah, let's have a look at this one. Yeah.
La vie é belle pra Isabelle. Se ela repele, foge de mim. Se está sorrindo, se magnifique. Se está triste, se la vie. Se hoje chora ou desconsola. Se ela rebola, se jolie. Se pega as trouxas e vai embora. Se é amor, se pula a vida. Isabelle não vai, Isabelle não vem. Quando lembro de você, não vejo ninguém. La vie é belle pra Isabelle. Se ela repele, foge de mim. Se está sorrindo, se magnifique. Se está triste, se la vie. Se hoje chora ou desconsola. Se ela rebola, se jolie. Se pega as trouxas e vai embora. Se é amor, se pula a vida. Isabelle não vai, Isabelle não vem. Quando lembro de você, não vejo ninguém. Isabelle não vai, Isabelle não vem. Quando lembro de você, não vejo ninguém.
Yeah. Any questions? What do you think of that video? Interesting? No? Very boring? Okay. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But is this something that you can execute? Yeah? Very quickly? Yeah? So, the point is, yes, interesting is possibly another level, but I think more importantly, the fact that they're on YouTube is a bigger advantage. Yeah? And that's practically what we're trying to talk to artists about, is that you can't let a platform lie untouched just because you have an ideal of maybe shooting a video with, I don't know. Anyone with some fancy music directors in mind? Anyone? No? Okay. So practically what we're saying is, don't let the fact that you need a fancy video scare you. Okay? If you think this was not interesting, then, just taking a cue from this video, you can jump and probably do something far more interesting, right? How many cameras do you think would you need for something like this?
I think one.
Yeah, one camera.
And lights.
Some lights, yeah. A location, possibly, yeah. Anything else? That's, if you have a friend who has a slider, for example. But see, understand what we're trying to break down. We're trying to go into idea that making a video is a big deal. It's not. It's not. Okay. The reason is that, especially when you're looking at, the fact that you're here at Two School, you've got interesting nooks and corners itself that you can shoot at. Doesn't take too much. Okay. There are enough of people in the industry who are gonna possibly murder me when I get out, but the fact of the matter is that you can even shoot on your camera that you have on your phone now. Okay? All that you have to understand is that a platform like YouTube should not go to waste. Explore it. Okay? We'll have a look at another video just because that one wasn't so interesting. We'll get to an interesting space and then we'll talk.
बिहारी सवेरे जुरुक्का उठेर दुगुर्छौ खैके लक्ष्य समात्न रहरको कथा हो थोत्रो रित्तो एकाएक गुम्सिएको साझा बसको एउटा कुनामा डोलाउँदै बित्यो जिन्दगानी त तिम्रै अगाडि ओइलिँदैछ के गर्यो आखिर खुसीको लागि सपनाको घर तिम्रो एका देशमा ठडाए थियो उड्दैछौ आज कसरी चाहर्छौ गल्ली सम्झना माझी आउँछौ बादललाई एको हुँदो किन बुझेन आजसम्म समय त्यो गयो अगाडि बढान सपनाको घर तिम्रो एकादेशमा चढाए थियो भुल्दैछौ आज आफ्नै सपनालाई निर्दोष तिमी कता होइन सोची जाऊ हराऊ खुसीमा तृप्त तिमी तिमीलाई नै पाऊ हेर न आफूलाई तिमी कति भयो खुलेर हाँसेको कति भयो निधक्क बाँचेको बिहानी सबेरै जुरुक्क उठेर दुगुर्छौ खै के लक्ष्य समात्न निरहरको कथा हो थोत्रो रित्तो एकाएक गुम्सिएको साझा बसको एउटा कुनामा टोलाउँदै बित्यो जिन्दगानी त तिम्रै अगाडि ओइरिँदैछ के गर्यो आखिर खुसीको लागि
So, what do you guys think of that? Interesting?
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the time frame do you think it would need to put something like that together? 4-5 days, yeah, max, okay. Anyone figure out what language she's singing in? Nepali? Do you know the artist? Okay. So anyways, another thing that I did was I tried and reached out to a lot of the artists that we're discussing today, and Barkha writes back and says hi to everyone, and she's very excited that the video is going to be showcased. She's singing in Nepali, and how many of you have Nepali friends? Nepali friends, yeah. What's the kind of number do you think that the Nepali population in the world is? Any idea? A bit more than Maharashtra? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, the video, she's singing in Nepali, the video is out. It's on YouTube. 5 million hits. 5 million views on this video. Okay? Way beyond her friend list, for sure. Okay? This is a girl singing in Nepali. Okay? Her video's out. Next thing you know, I'm here at True School in Bombay talking to you about it. That is the power of YouTube. 5 million views. Okay? Doesn't take too much. What I would say, comes through with this video, perhaps, is a certain aesthetic. Yes, the sound's been, mixed really well. The production's up there, is brilliant. There's nothing that you can kind of point to and say that, okay, they've effed up there, or, maybe the production's very iffy. Nothing like that. Visually, everything's solid. But it doesn't take too much. And if this girl had to sit back and say, let's not explore YouTube, or, I've got like this 2 rupees in my pocket and, I can't make a video. 5 million views. Okay, for a Nepali song. Think about that. Okay, so we'll move on. I'm gonna show you something that is I mean, of course, looking back at this video, for example, one of the things that people tend to do when it comes to music videos is they will look for a face. Okay, this friend of mine, she's a model, or I know this friend of a friend who's a model, blah blah. And what people kind of tend to forget is that there are things beyond models. I'm again not dissing models. A lot of my friends are actors, a lot of my friends are models. But I'm saying that what can you look at in terms of making an impact beyond just a face? And let's have a look at this next one, and we can take some questions on that.
Dedicate your life to creation. You dedicate your life to the best. You dedicate your life to your nation. You dedicate your life to the quest. Life's a collection of moments, and every moment's alright. Surely you don't wanna miss one. So you dedicate your life. You dedicate your life. You dedicate your life.
Yeah? What do you think? Yeah?
What if I don't have a band or I'm not a singer? I'm an electronic music producer. So how should I start for a dubstep or trap? This is all about a guitarist or a singer or a band performing together and like making it a video.
Okay.
What about the new thing coming up, the trending thing, the EDM stuff?
This is pretty much there in that
but
zone.
we don't have that kind of long lyrics or it
No,
was like all coming up and written that we could read and sing with the song.
Sure.
Not with this stuff.
Sure.
So that's the question. How should I start?
Yeah, so then I think what you're asking is very specific in terms of your particular music. Now, what I would suggest is that if you've got friends who are creative, for example, and more important, if they like your music, you can get them to listen to it and kind of think up ideas that can work with that. Now, this was stop motion. Very simply, you saw the size of the board that they've got. Something very simply can be shot in your room, stop motion. Now, of course, the band is just one guy, okay, and he had a friend who did this very cool calligraphy on chalk, and between the two of them, they set up this and they did a very cool stop motion video, okay. So the thing is, it doesn't necessarily need to be like a good face or a model. It can be something very interesting like this. There are also people like dancers that can do interesting stuff. For example, all you can do is just call a friend of yours who actually is a dancer and set them off to your music. And you can just shoot something like that. So in terms of a very specific idea to what you want to do, that's something maybe we can sit and talk about later. But what I am doing right now is kind of breaking that barrier in terms of why something as simple as getting yourself on YouTube isn't really a big deal. Okay? If you're in school, for example, you can actually get far more elaborate with your production because everything that you need actually is here. Whether it comes to locations, if you need 20 people in your video, you have friends here. Okay, you can pull in staff. I'm sure people would be very willing to jump into a video. Very interesting spaces that you can shoot in. And yeah, all you require is, at worst, your phone to shoot something interesting. And at best, if you have a friend who's got a camera, then yeah, someone comes on board, shoots it for you. Okay? What you have to understand here is also that we will come to the third criteria that you got, which was energy. Now, just in terms of where you guys are, I would also say that you also need to try and explore skill sets. Stuff like photography, stuff like maybe video, stuff like editing. The reason being is that when you do not have the money, okay, in all probability with a music video, there could be times where you will have to fall back on yourself. Okay, so you might have a friend who's very enthusiastic to begin with, but if it's taking too long and so everyone's got work, everyone's got their own stuff to deal with, you might land up having to edit. You might have to kind of take on the camera and shoot yourself. So pick up a few skills, and that's where the energy aspect comes in. That's you putting in that effort, that energy into getting yourself a video sorted. Okay? And you don't have to be like a pro at it. Very simply because you are not the primary point of that aspect. Whether it is photography, whether it is the editing, you are just going to be your backup. Your own backup for your own music video. And the other reason, I think more importantly, why you should explore something like that is just to put yourself in the shoes of an artist or a technician who is going to be helping you on a project like that. It'll give you insight into what people have to go through. It will also give you a lot of empathy. It will give you also a lot of leeway when it comes to things going wrong. And you have a greater chance of your friends still being friends with you, if anything goes wrong with your video. All right, so we'll move on to the next video. Yeah.
So when it comes to zero budget films, at times they get broadcasted on television or something.
Right.
So other than NOC letters and censor certificates, what are the documents that we need to take care of?
See, broadcast will have their own requirements. So if you are looking at broadcast, then a broadcast on a network will require you to have a censor certificate, for example. It will require formats that you will have to be careful about in terms of how, your final format for your video and stuff like that. But apart from that, if you're on YouTube, if you're on free to air stuff, in most cases, there's nothing really that you will need to register for.
There are no conditions apply, hidden things.
Unless you are taking the music from somewhere, I don't think so. Or you're chepawing, your videos from somewhere. So that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you are fully in control of, what's going up, and it's all your work or your friend's work, then yeah, all good to go.
I'll tell you about mine. So I just needed a censor certificate. That's all. So for it to go on MTV Indies, and I got it through an agent. So yeah. Yeah, they are. So I didn't have to visit the office ever.
Cool. So let me tell you a little bit about the next video. How many of you guys have heard of Pomplamoose? Yeah. So Pomplamoose are these very cool duo, and any which ways, just in terms of what we do with the whole listening sessions format, is that hopefully in a day or two, if you guys follow the page, we will list all the videos and the artist links for the videos that we showcased today. Yeah. So Pomplamoose is a very cool duo, and they started out by shooting their own videos. They started doing covers basically, and they started shooting their own videos in their own bedroom. Okay. And they just got more and more elaborate and more creative with it, till a point where they crowdfunded a whole bunch. And they actually went into a whole season 1 and season 2. Season 2 came in with crowdfunded. I've got a video from season 2 here. You will see how epically mad they are with what they do in that one small bedroom of theirs. Yeah, all right. Here we go.
All right. And kill the lights.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you could take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. 'Cause I'm happy to come too far.
Yeah, what do you think, guys? So yeah, so everything is just the two of them. Even the crowd sequences and all is just them wearing wigs and hats and nonsense. Uh, and yeah, so you should check out definitely what they do with the other videos. Started out with, of course, very simple, just the two of them playing instruments with a little bit of humor there. But as it went on, they started getting far more elaborate, and the second season is just crazy like this. Uh, but yeah, so from that, what the takeaway is that you explore stuff that you're good with. Okay, it's here very simple. The guy from the band, very quirky in terms of what he does, and they're shooting this with a phone, uh, and he does all these crazy stuff things with the projector. Got an editing setup, shot a few things, got them put onto screens and stuff like that, and then when you project them back onto surfaces, you get something as quirky as that. Another thing that you can do is very simply, I'm not going to show you. Yeah, there are a couple of videos that we will try and avoid at the moment because it's already getting late. But I'm going to show you two just to end off, very simple ones. One of them is stop motion, very simple. Just take a whole bunch of photographs and get things to move under, and you can get like very quirky stuff done. This is I'm sure if you guys are following stuff on the indie scene, you've probably seen this video already. It kind of did pretty well. Sorry. So.
I hear birds singing, I see trees are dancing, and I feel the butterflies are flirting. Morning sun over my face feels like God blessing me and asking me if I had a wish. So I asked this. I want these feelings every morning. Nature is so beautiful. Sad, so evergreen, don't let it end. So beautiful. I see children smiling, holding hands and playing, like life has got no ending. Morning sun over my face feels like God's blessing me and asking me if I had a wish. So I said this. I want these feelings every morning. Nature is so beautiful and sad, so evergreen. Don't let it end. So beautiful.
Yeah, so if you've looked at all of these videos, the one thing that everyone's been very particular about is to always be very clear with credit. Anyone who's helping on this basically gets credit. That's the least you can do when it comes to doing something like that, and especially when you're not compensating someone for money. I would say even if you're compensating with money, the credit should always be clear. Yeah. Any questions? We'll kind of wrap this up now. Any questions, guys? Any doubts? Anything particular that you would want to check with Barkha about? Yeah.
Yes.
Barkha.
I'm sorry? I didn't get it. For the MTV? Okay. So I went to their website and I called up at the reception and I got to know that I had to fill up some forms. So there was this contract. So they have this contract that needs to be sent in hard copy. So I took a printout, I filled it up, and I sent it to them. And they needed a censor certificate, which I had to acquire, for which I had to pay some money to the agent. And that was it. So in the contract, they had asked how long I would want the video to play on their channel. So I had given them the timeline of a year. So it played for a year. And I think MTV has some connection with VH1 too, is it? Yeah, so there was no contract for VH1, and since this was an English song, it played on VH1 too. And I didn't know about it. A friend saw it and told me. And I got a UA certificate. So it's under parental guidance or something. I was amazed, but then that's the certificate that I got. But since it was UA, so they played it. So you have to be careful, it cannot be an A certificate at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? You want someone to kind of help you with the production of your audio. Okay, I am not like the right person.
Yeah, so my song was recorded at home. It was just the vocals that were recorded in a studio. And since it's my song, I had sung it so many times, I recorded it in half an hour and paid 500 rupees for that. So most of the music was arranged at home on a laptop using FL Studio. And I had an Mbox Mini, which is a sound card which you connect to the laptop, and you can connect your guitar to that. So we hired a guitar for 1,000 rupees a day and used it only for a day and recorded the guitars. So yeah, it was just the vocals that were recorded in the studio. I'm sorry? No, it depends on, okay, studios are hired on an hourly basis. Most studios in Bombay are 500 rupees an hour. Yeah, so if you've done your homework at home, you go to the studio all prepared that you will not take more than 2 hours or 3 hours of recording. So all my friends who've helped me have set up at home. They have mastered FL Studio, and they keep experimenting with sounds on FL Studio. And that's how my music was made. And the final mixing and mastering happened in the studio, yeah. So, but then it was not charged for because a friend did it. So, I really want to share this with all of you since you all are aspiring to be whoever. It's very important to stay in touch with your friends. You know, you are in a music school. I could never go to a music school. And so you guys are very lucky if you are students here that you have like-minded people around. And they are the ones who are going to help you. So stick together. That's all.
Yeah.
What will be the cost of the last video which you showed if I go to a professional?
Go to a professional.
Yeah, professional.
So basically, that's stop motion. I would peg this at, say, possibly maybe a 2-day shoot. So you would practically wrap up about for something like this, you would practically be able to wrap up about like a minute of animation in a day. So probably two and a half days of shoot possibly. Beyond that, of course, you would take it into the studio, run it through an edit machine. There'll be some post to it and stuff like that. I would say professionally, I mean, of course, the end result would be far different than what you see here, but I would assume it would not be anything less than at least like a couple of lakhs to produce something like that, at least. So, yeah. Any other questions, guys? Yeah? Shall we wrap? So, yeah. Stop motion.
Music videos.
Oh, of course. Not specializing for sure, but there are lots of people who are doing music videos now. So you can just look at a lot of artists that you follow on the local scene, for example, and in most cases you will find that they will have credited a production house in the credit list that they've got, and you can just reach out to people. Right. Yeah. So I don't know those guys, so I wouldn't be sure about that. But yeah, I mean, like I produce as well. If you guys want to, you guys can get in touch. But apart from me, there are a lot of people who are doing stuff right now. So again, I would suggest that if you're on YouTube, if you like a video, for example, you can look at the credit list down below, and you will see the production house name. You can always check with someone and see what sort of budgets they work with and stuff. In most cases, if it's an indie video, it won't be too much unless there's someone trying to make a portfolio and stuff like that. In that case, it's not about not having a cost. It's basically a production house that would take on costs just to produce something that's interesting for them, for their reel, practically.
I would like to add something here. So once you've made a song, it's important to make as many people as possible hear it. And that's how the word spreads. Had I not made Ashutosh hear my song, he would have never thought of getting a video made, right? So once you've created something, share it. And make sure that you have copyright protected it, because we know how things are. So yeah, so if you share it, you know how the universe works. Somebody who's interested in making stuff like that, I mean, making a video on that, will surely get in touch with you, or you'll find that person. It happens.
Yeah, and another thing, just very quickly before I get to you, is that as artists, just leveraging the fact that you guys can perform, you should actually also try and work with venues or smaller, very cozy spaces, like, maybe an audience of maybe 20, 30 people, where the venue will have you on board perform, and at the end of the day probably give you either a video recorded or you know a live setup that they have. That's like something like, I don't know how many of you follow Sofar Sounds, Sofar Bombay. So stuff like Sofar, Balcony TV, things like that. Very simple platforms for you to kind of just showcase your music and have a video at no real cost to yourself. Okay? Yeah, you had a question? Yeah, there are a lot of spaces that do that. Like Vipasha and myself are a little, I would say, a little more crazy on that front. So we do a lot. But yeah, if you look at platforms like Facebook, for example, there are lots of very quirky stuff that people tend to post videos about, and I run something similar. I've got a page called Uncle Establishment that I run on Facebook. I have now moved that to a blog which is on Tumblr. So yeah, what I have been doing for the last 2 years is I try and post a video every day, and it's that. So there are things like these that you can follow. If you go to YouTube, I would suggest there are lots of ways that you can find it about new artists. There is stuff like NPR Music. There is the Mahogany Sessions. The Sofar Sounds. Lots of these things that actually kind of showcase new artists, and based on what kind of music you like, you can check out those artists. They'll invariably have their own music videos and stuff like that, apart from these live sessions that they're doing. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The main master track. You can pay them a little extra for the multi-track session as well, so you can mix it with your. And like we mentioned, I get a friend to mix it so we can cut down costs. And the video feed as well. And you can tinker around with basic free software which you can download and try and sync the audio with the video. Before you know it, you just have a free video. So a lot of yeah, that's exactly what we are doing. Because yeah, we don't have money either, so we're just starting out. But it's a good way to cut costs. A lot of newer places are doing that. Instead of paying you, they're just giving you audio and video.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Yeah.
So these channels like Mahogany Sessions and stuff, what kind of deals do they have with bands? Like, why would a band upload their music video on somebody else's channel? Like, how do they start off?
So the sessions now, it also comes down to what those particular things are about. With mahogany sessions, the whole idea is pristine acoustic that they will provide in very interesting space. That's the entire concept behind Mahogany Session, and they obviously they have the production money to do that. What they are providing is, for example, you will have someone like a Hosier who for a particular sound, that a Mahogany Sessions will give you the whole experience of a very, I would say, intimate performance that you would not get at a Hosier live concert, for example. Okay, so that's the idea behind the Mahogany sessions. There is another thing that it's called the El Ganzo sessions. Now the El Ganzo sessions started with it's a hotel in Mexico called El Ganzo, and what they did was they just called in these guys to come in, set up the space for them, and it's a live. It's like tuning fork. It's a live performance. What that means for the location is that people come in to listen to interesting sound, and at the end of the day, that goes up onto YouTube. Okay, so it's not since it's a hotel, it's not like they've got crowds of like 1,000, 2,000. It's just very intimate crowds, like 20, 30. But what that means is that 20, 30 people come in for a very special experience. Beyond that, once the video is on YouTube, they've got 2,000, 3,000 people who know that there's a place called El Ganzo in Mexico, which does quirky stuff like that. So NPR, for example, is a radio station, and they have a whole bunch of these. There's one set which they do in the office. There's one set that they do again, like the Mahogany sessions, in interesting environments, just the band. And there's the NPR radio that they do where people come in on the radio show. So it goes out on radio, but they also have a video of it that eventually goes out on YouTube. So it just comes down to what people are exploring. But what you have to understand is that the reason people are doing this is because they want to be on YouTube. That is the basic idea of why people do it. And you have to understand that that is the platform that you cannot do without in today's day. Because, you have a lot of platforms that will provide you with, sound, for example, the SoundCloud. The difference that you will have with the SoundCloud versus YouTube is that people will come to SoundCloud only for music. Whereas you will have people coming for any particular reason, to watch cat videos, to watch Trump, to watch, whatever, the sky falling down. And that is a platform where invariably someone will come across your music without actually looking for it. And that's the space you need to explore. Yeah?
I'll add.
Yeah.
So when we made our video, that was also made for YouTube only to start with. We decided we'll put it up on YouTube. It's only later that I got to know, okay, MTV Indies I don't have a TV, so I didn't know what was going on in the TV space. So I got to know from someone that MTV Indies is playing, independent artists' videos. So that's how I was able to, send an application to them. But it started with YouTube only. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Or shall we wrap? Yeah, so before we leave, again, just a big thank you. Joel and Nukija. Amazing set to begin. Vipasha was helping me with the listening sessions. So guys, do go back, check Facebook /the listening sessions. Very simple. We do a session every month. Barkha here with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you.
Rachel for being here. Buddha, yes. And friends of mine who are hopefully watching in Bangalore and Delhi. Yeah, especially Payal, a friend of mine who's pushed me to get, I'm sure you guys haven't figured it out, but I'm freaking nervous talking in front of a crowd. So there's a friend of mine, Payal, who's pushed me to kind of, the reason I set up Uncle Establishment is basically that. It gave me a platform to express, because I'm not a musician. It just meant that I could put out stuff that I like and keep it anonymous, because I can't handle, talking to strangers. That's the reason it's got that stupid name. But yeah, she was the one who pushed me and saying that no, you've got to take it out into a space. A lot more people need to figure out about it. And yeah, so 4 months down the line, we are here. It's through school. We are talking to a crowd that I don't know. And yeah, so hopefully we see you guys at another session that we've got. The format is usually interesting live acts followed by 2 curated sessions of music videos. Invariably very cool stuff. Cool stuff. So yeah, thank you guys. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.